Hold this up. You can hear me okay? Okay. So those of you who have been attending know that we've been exploring the quality of Viriya. It's such a basic element. It's a basic demand. We need it to do anything. Any progress that we make, any endeavor, whether it's in our meditation practice or in our lives off the cushion, it's going to depend on a consistent energy and also the quality of energy. I really like the sound of the word Viriya. The strength of the consonants and the vowels, the yi and the ah, evoke for me a sense of fluidity and flexibility. And I hear a suppleness in this word. Last week, Bill spoke about that optimal range of effort. You know, on a scale of 1 to 10, we're trying to find that 4 to 6 range, like Goldilocks spot. We've been encouraged to track that throughout our day, throughout our practice. There is a dynamic experience between effort and non-effort. Susan was talking about the balance. Too much effort, you know, we're tight, constrained, forced. You know, that image of you being in neutral and you know, just putting that gas on, going not too far, or too little effort, and nothing happens. Practice is walking on that edge, adjusting our effort to meet the circumstances with some degree of you know, with that ability to be flexible. I like the comparison of that big board that they use at concerts, the sound board. You know, they've got the levers that are moving, that can go back and forth and up and down, and all those levers, each one is adjusted to exactly the right sound, the right volume, the right combination of bass and treble. Each one is adjusted so that the whole can harmonize. The vocals, the horns, the strings, all this to create the best sound. They're constantly adjusted from song to song, from experience to experience. Our attention is adjusted to fit the situation. Whether it's internal, whether it is something that's stirring up inside of us, or whether it is on the outside, we are orienting toward our most skillful response. And I remember one of the Zen masters being asked, what is the highest of practices, highest form of practice? And his answer, appropriate response. Sometimes our energy needs to be stronger and sharper. Sometimes it needs to be softer, more receptive. This is a concerted effort. It doesn't have to be a full out concert, but it is a concerted effort. Subtle, not subtle. Trying to attune the effort to what is occurring, what's stirring, and what is needed. And you hear in this the wisdom of discernment. Lee spoke about the 4 right efforts, and I'm going to repeat them. The effort to prevent the unwholesome qualities like greed, anger, ignorance from arising. And when they're here, the effort to extinguish them. The effort of restraint, the energy of restraint that Lee talked about. And the effort to cultivate the wholesome qualities when they're here, like the paramis, or generosity, loving kindness, or wisdom. The effort to strengthen the wholesome qualities when they're here. Buddhist meditation Dharma teacher Ajahn Chah was asked the question, why are we putting forth this effort into our practice? And his answer, well, we do it in order to be someone who knows how to put forth effort consistently and in an appropriate way, whatever the surrounding conditions are or the obstacles might be. I'm going to repeat that. We do it in order to be someone who knows how to put forth the effort consistently and in an appropriate way, whatever the surrounding conditions or obstacles might be. And this is why we're practicing. This is the aspiration. This is what we're going for, that ability to put forth unremitting effort is itself a goal. Is itself a goal. So right energy is not just a matter of intense energy or intense effort, though sometimes it is. Sometimes it really does need to be pretty intense, but it is wisely applied effort. And it asks the question, is this for my welfare and the welfare of others? And will this effort lead away from stress and toward peace? There's that middle way, which rings pretty true. It's So much depends on us not going into the extremes and pushing ourselves over our limits, but not just laying back and giving no effort at all. And that balanced energy, balanced effort, that flow moving toward something. And the teacher, Jack Cornfield, talks about right effort really as presence, as open-hearted. Can we live from our open hearts? And what are the conditions that help support the heart to open, the conditions, the supports, the people that help the heart to open? So from a Buddhist perspective, awakening or enlightenment presence is not a matter of intense effort, brute force, but wisely applied effort. Wisely applied effort that can resist, and this is the energy of restraint that Lee was talking about, that can resist the pushes and pulls of our psychological habits, our behaviors, like perfectionism or a dependency on others for our own sense of feeling approved of, or that obsessive self-criticism. And we all know some aspect of these, or addictions that can cripple our actions, that can cripple our state of well-being. So what helps us to channel towards those things, that are supportive and nourishing? And I often look to different authors and poets, and one that I look to pretty consistently because I love the way he speaks and what he speaks about is Mark Nepo. And he wrote this about effort. Each person is born with an unfathomable gift. And our gift, our call, is to find it and care for it. And while working with our gifts can create many, many wonderful things, the purpose of the gift is to exercise the heart into inhabiting its aliveness. He writes, "For the covenant of life is not just to stay alive, but to stay in our aliveness. And staying in aliveness depends on opening the heart and keeping it open." So right effort is finding what supports the heart to open. Right effort is to feel for the wobbliness and course correct, orient toward stability. Right effort asks, is it for my well-being and the well-being of others? Is this for my well-being and the well-being of others? And is it helping us to move in the direction away from stress toward more peace? Thank you for listening. And now we get to practice. All right. Let me get this down. You guys know what to start doing. Yeah, taking a moment, taking time, taking the time that you need. Let yourself be generous with listening to what the body needs. Where you might need to stretch or move forward, sideways, backwards. I shared yesterday, sometimes I imagine I have a set of drums or a drum in front of me just to let some of that energy move out. Right? Just a big drum set. Move. We carry so much stress in these bodies. These bodies work, they effort hard for us. So when you feel ready to come into a more settled posture, eyes can be open or closed, whatever you prefer, but allowing the eyes to just relax. And we turn our attention toward friendliness, some kindness as we set up our practice. And we might notice what is here with you today. What is here with you? Taking some deeper, slower breaths, if that helps. Allowing the breath to find its natural rhythm, it will in its own time. We can trust that. And feeling the full body, breathing, inviting the body to also settle and unwind. You might feel pulsations, sensations, the aliveness of this body. Being supported by the chair and by Mother Earth. Feeling for this little while any comfort and ease that might be available for you. And reminding the mind that it too can relax. Thoughts, feelings come and go like clouds in the sky. Allow them to come and go. As if each exhale is a letting go of stress. And if the mind is distracted or drifting, planning, allow the energy of the physical breath to support you in presence. As if everything you need is here right now. As it is and as you are. The gift of this moment and the gift of this breath offered freely.